When I look back on my accounting career of over a decade, there's so many myths about what it's actually like working in accounting. People often think accounting is boring. You have to be really good at math. Accountants are socially awkward and nerdy. And accountants don't make that much money compared to people that work in finance. But none of those things are actually true. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 5 things I wish I knew before becoming an accountant. And definitely stick around till the end because the last one tends to surprise people the most. Hi, my name is Kelly Randolph, and I have been working in corporate accounting for over 10 years. I have worked at both Fortune 200 and Fortune 500 companies, and I am currently a financial reporting manager. The first thing I wish I knew before becoming an accountant is you don't have to be really good at math to work in accounting. One of the biggest misconceptions about accounting is that you have to be good at math and that you are constantly doing math calculations. And that assumption turns a lot of people away from accounting before they even consider it. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Accountants today are not manually crunching numbers on calculators or solving math equations by hand. Instead, we use tools like Excel or other various accounting systems to calculate the numbers for us. And our responsibility is to ensure the accuracy of the data, understand what the numbers mean, analyze trends, and explain the results to others. In accounting, the focus is on financial reporting, data accuracy, and judgment, not math. On a day-to-day basis, you might be preparing journal entries, reviewing account reconciliations, working on the financial statements, or performing data analysis. And you'll also be working a lot with systems. For example, you could be working with accounting systems like SAP, which is a very common general ledger system, HFM, a consolidations and reporting tool, Blackline for account reconciliations, and Workiva for financial reporting and XBRL tagging. What you won't be doing is solving long math equations. If anything, accounting is much more about working with systems and technology. You'll also be using Excel constantly, so it's really helpful to be familiar with XLOOKUPs and VLOOKUPs, basic pivot tables, and how to do SUMIF and SUMIFS formulas. And the good news is all of these formulas can easily be learned by watching YouTube videos. So if you like working with systems, data, and technology, accounting can be a really good fit for you, even if math was not your favorite subject. The second thing I wish I knew earlier is that accountants can make really great money. If your goal is to earn over 6 figures, that is definitely achievable working in accounting. I'm living proof of that. I currently earn well over 6 figures working as a financial reporting manager. So let's go over a typical corporate accounting career path and salary range. Specifically within the corporate controllers group, entry-level accountants can earn between $60,000 to $85,000 base salary. Senior accountants can earn between $85,000 to $100,000. Accounting managers can earn anywhere from $100,000 to $170,000. A lot of times accounting managers will start closer to that $120,000 range. Senior managers can earn anywhere from $160,000 to $190,000. Then from a senior manager, you can become a director of accounting, earning anywhere from $190,000 to $220,000. Then you can become a senior director of accounting, earning $220,000 plus. If you want to continue to progress in your career, you can then become an assistant controller, a corporate controller, a chief accounting officer, or a CFO. How far you go really depends on the direction you want to take your career and how far up the corporate ladder you want to progress. Also, these are base salaries. Oftentimes, to stay competitive from a compensation perspective, companies will also offer you an annual bonus, which is usually a percentage of your base salary. For example, your annual bonus might be 10% of your base salary. Obviously, the salary ranges can vary based on your location, the company you work for, and the amount of accounting experience you have. But this is generally where the salary ranges land for these types of positions to give you an idea of how much you can earn working in accounting. If you're finding this video helpful so far, definitely hit the like button and subscribe. It lets me know you enjoy this type of accounting career content. The third thing I wish I knew is just how many opportunities there are with an accounting degree. In addition to the traditional corporate accounting path, you could also work in tax, you could work in audit, you could become a business unit controller, you could specialize in specific accounting areas like leases, fixed assets, or SG&A. You could work in financial reporting, which is what I do. And if you ever decide that you don't want to work in accounting, with the strong accounting foundation that you build, you can transition into other teams like treasury, investor relations, consulting, or finance roles like FP&A. The key takeaway here is that accounting gives you a lot of flexibility. It opens doors and gives you a lot of options throughout your career. The fourth thing I wish I knew is that accounting in real life is so much more interesting than accounting in school. When I was in college, I remember thinking, wow, accounting classes are so boring. Debits, credits, T accounts, the material felt so dry and I had to stop myself numerous times from yawning. But luckily, real-world accounting is completely different and so much more interesting. First, you get to choose the industry you work in. If you like food, for example, you could work at a company like McDonald's. If you like makeup, you could work at Ulta. When you are working for a company and doing their accounting, it gives you the ability to learn all about their business and operations. So if you like the company you work for and align with their values and mission, it could give you a huge sense of pride in your work. You might have the opportunity to go on site visits and see their operations firsthand, which I always find to be a super cool experience. Instead of solving made-up homework problems, you are preparing journal entries, completing account reconciliations. You may be working on the financial statements and analyzing real financial data, which is so much more exciting. You are also learning how to use accounting systems, which is an extremely transferable skill set. Compared to school, real-world accounting is so much more engaging, interesting, and meaningful. The fifth thing I wish I knew, and the one that surprises a lot of people, is that accountants are pretty cool. The stereotype that accountants are socially awkward and boring really isn't accurate. There's actually a huge social component of working in accounting that you have the option to participate in. Oftentimes when working in accounting, there are a lot of happy hours you can go to. Side note, do not get drunk at these. We always want to remain professional, even in social settings. Quarterly team outings and fun committees. A lot of sporting events where you get tickets to attend NBA games, NHL games, and MLB games, and various networking events. When working in accounting, there's a huge social aspect that is oftentimes not talked about, and I highly recommend that you participate because it helps build camaraderie, and it is going to make working so much more enjoyable when you get along with your coworkers. If you are working 8 hours a day, it makes a huge difference when you actually like the people you are working with. This does not mean you are talking to people 24/7, because you are definitely not doing that, and that would actually probably be pretty draining. But it does mean there's a good balance between working independently and collaborating with others. And if you have any questions, people are going to be a lot more likely to help you if they like working with you and you've built that friendly rapport. If you have any questions about accounting, feel free to drop them in the comments. Most of my video ideas have been coming directly from your questions. And if you're looking for more personalized help, check the link in my bio. I'm now offering one-on-one consults and resume reviews. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.